Maybe I should show that at some point in time. It's so bad. I would have to convert it to DVD or something. Hi. Oh, God. Where the frick am I? Oh.
Hi, oh, God.
Hey, God, that's me.
That's
Hi,
right.
I'm God.
Sorry. I realized I was, when I had to switch my Steam key, I was over where I was linking to do that. Because I had to find... it was struggling to find it, and I knew that one of the people, like one of the Discords I made had that linked to that. But I found it, and I got it working again. Because I reset my Steam key, but then Twitch was like, well, just in case you haven't done that, we'll do that for everybody. And I'm like... Yes, okay, that's at least the bare minimum of something now that you've been breached, but fuck you, I already did it. If someone's reset in a period of time, you don't... whatever. Anyway, welcome to Children of Wrath. Less rambly now. I was just saying that my, a movie I had created long ago that is awful, maybe one day it'll be shown. I think I also did a movie starring a gerbil. That was a thing.
I still want those minutes of my life back.
No, I stole them. I stole them. They're mine. They're mine forever. Yeah. But yes.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna be playing Dungeons and Dragons. Is everybody excited for that?
No.
Well, too bad.
At least I'm not DMing this game.
That's a mood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I have to summon Blaze. Yeah.
It'd be funny if he does show up in chat.
It really would be. That would be hilarious and perfectly timed. Oh God. So yeah, we played D&D. It's set in Dominaria, the Magic the Gathering world. If you're new to joining us, if you're a returning champion, great, welcome back. You're putting up with this shit.
Congrats.
We are the champions.
We're the champions of fuck all.
Oh, God. We're the champions.
We're not even heroes.
No.
No.
Yeah, you're trying at least right now. That's what you're doing. You met with Multani, and he was like, I'm
not helping you, but you can ask other people.
Yeah, I will give encouragement for them. You have the ability to encourage them. So you decided, to chat with the elves.
I won't lie. Some part of Kaz is like, what we came here for. We can dip. We're good. No, we have to be responsible and shit.
The engine. You wanna look at the fucking engine.
I do want to look at the engine, but I also don't like being in a forest.
What if you're king of the forest?
I'm not. I'm a goblin from a volcano.
Forests, your only weakness.
Not the only weakness.
Okay.
I know, pretty much the only weakness.
Mm-hmm. Also, people stealing dimensional spaces from you.
That's not stealing dimensional spaces. That's copyright infringement.
Mm-hmm.
And I will get his ass for that.
You don't think copyright exists?
It
His
does
only
now.
weakness.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a weakness. It's a motivator. I'm going to make him pay for stealing my ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally or figuratively?
Yeah.
Anyway, elves.
Elves.
And squirrels.
And squirrels. Oh yeah, Party Squirrel showed up. I can't forget that everybody's favorite Party Squirrel, Chitter Chatter, showed up as he is I wouldn't call him hyper-intelligent because, I guess for a squirrel he's hyper-intelligent. Dire Squirrel, musician. Who's rocking and grooving into the picture.
What instrument does it play?
Is
it the organ?
I think it's singing. Look, the organ is in one place, and if you're going to look for a new a crazy instrument, it's going to be a new crazy instrument. Thank you very much. Anyway, he's just chittering out and jiving out to his band. if sunglasses were invented for squirrels, he would have them.
Does he have socks on, and is he sliding?
No, he doesn't need socks to slide. He's a squirrel.
But what if he wanted to wear socks and sandals?
He'd
No
pull
one
it off.
wants to wear socks and sandals.
He'd pull it off, for he is
Exactly.
Chitter Chatter, the party squirrel.
Party squirrel.
Party squirrel.
Egg salad?
Anyway, so he showed up with his entourage, and then the weird elves are here who speak in kind of like seem to like continue their own each other's sentences.
Hive mind elves, that's right.
Yeah, hive mind elves. Mm-hmm. They're also they're spindly with elongated limbs. They've kind of got a greenish grayness to their skin.
Spider elves.
No, that'd be weird.
Yeah, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, jeez. So what's the plan? This has happened. There is
Your leader.
Mm-mm. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm thinking.
It's not really my genre, but it's not bad.
I know second best friend.
The squirrel
Okay.
is replacing Winters.
Well, Winters isn't here right now, and the party squirrel is, and the party squirrel parties harder than Winters ever did.
And the party squirrel. And the party squirrel, as far as we know, has never burnt down a village.
Oh, it definitely has.
To be fair, that's kind of one of the qualifications for being my friend, is burning down a village.
I qualify.
Ah,
Exactly.
Chitter Chatter! Excellent you're here! We'll need your negotiation skills!
Chitter Chatter has negotiation skills.
Of course!
I'm not surprised at all.
The squirrel probably has a better charisma than I do.
My socks probably have a better charisma than you do.
I think the
Years
squirrel
ago.
is going to try to seduce them.
I mean, it'd probably work.
Are you attracted to a squirrel?
No.
Good. That'd be weird.
He points at the band, they start riffing up something, as he starts like grooving down, going to the elves, and I'm just gonna roll an insight check for elves.
Does any of them eat the squirrel?
You know
tempted,
what?
don't get me
You know
wrong.
what? They have disadvantage, because squirrel.
It's squirrel.
Fuck, they got this!
Listen, the party squirrel works!
I fucking 16 and 20! The squirrel rolled a 13! That's actually
they
pretty
did better.
good.
It was good for a squirrel, but these elves, they see right through this squirrel's...
Bullshit. And
You
understand.
see, I was gonna say like bullshit or horseshit or something like that, but that's already an animal. And I couldn't... Squirrel shit is nothing. Tomfoolery.
They see that he's nuts.
I mean, same,
Come on.
but
It seems as though you have need of speaking with the elders. Come with us. You may bring your jiving, fuzzy friend with you. See, I told you! Expert negotiator! I rely on him all the time for negotiating with... I'm sure I've relied on him for negotiations.
Okay.
I'm sure you have.
nope, don't be rude.
Was this our first idea?
This
I
wasn't
honestly
any of
don't
our
remember.
ideas. This was his idea.
It was.
No!
It didn't not work.
It worked. So, to be fair, it's better than half of our plans.
Excuse you. Our biggest plan was a raging success. Yes, Claude fell unconscious after attaching himself to a wagon axle, but it was beautiful.
It was beautiful that I fell unconscious.
No, the whole thing. The
yeah,
whole just running through. That was a wonderfully executed plan.
I'm pretty sure we skipped a bunch of steps and just fucking flew over them, and it was great.
It was perfect. Literally nothing went wrong.
So many things went wrong, but it still worked.
Ultimately, nothing went wrong.
I mean, I went unconscious.
Yes, and I nearly died because I crashed out of the sky, but it still worked.
Horse survived.
And this is what we're dealing with now.
Okay, to be fair, that squirrel has more charisma than you.
You're not wrong, but you are rude.
You're not sure what's going on, but that squirrel is damn charming.
It's taking every ounce of my control to not eat that squirrel.
I
Don't
will
tell the
Taking
squirrel I
every
said
ounce
that.
of my control, not to just like absorb it.
What is it with you two? What the fuck?
I'm hungry,
Leave the squirrel alone.
and the squirrel is edible. And resembles rats, which, as you know, are a favorite treat of mine.
Although then I'd have that thing chittering in my head all the time. Yeah, no, I don't want to absorb it.
Okay, good. You talked yourself out of it. I've managed to abstain from devouring it. I say we're all good to go.
I can and will toss you like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, I know you can.
I guess follow the chitter.
Well, I assume we were doing this while we were walking.
Yeah.
Does the party squirrel understand common?
I don't know.
Party squirrel, do you understand common?
That doesn't answer
I
the
think
question.
that's a no.
That could be a resounding yes for all we know. We don't speak party squirrel.
I just ask him things and things happen.
Given the fact that he's made the same response to pretty much everything, I'm assuming that means no, does not understand a fucking word we're saying.
Or he's just insane.
Or both.
No.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't be insane. That's
their
Richard.
Richard?
Yes.
King of England?
No, the squirrel. That's England.
England. What is this England that you speak of?
I don't know, but apparently it's got a
I
king.
dropped the accent.
What a terrible name for a place. England? I don't understand it.
Yes, apparently it's got a king named Richard, who's just as crazy as Richard the squirrel. Must be
That's
terrible
true.
places.
Yeah,
No one would
you know
put
what,
Richard in
honestly?
charge.
Moving on.
Well, Richard might put Richard in charge.
No, he has no strength. He's an insane squirrel. What's he going to do? I mean, other than chew your nuts off, but, you know.
For your face off, I could think of plenty of things for an insane squirrel to do.
Insane squirrel posse?
I hate that.
give
There's literally no upside to an ICP made of squirrels.
Give Chitter Chatter's, like, bloodline, like, a sanctuary, and that's maybe what's gonna happen is one of them.
I hate that.
Escape Squirrel Posse.
Now. We're going away from this, let's go to the elves.
This is what you're doing right now. Crimes.
It's an
Let's go talk to the
IFP.
fucking weird elves.
You're welcome for the crimes. Alright, you will
FBI
follow...
agent watching me, please help.
You will follow the strange elves with a singing and dancing squirrel and his band, and of course Thunder with his lion and bear.
Does anyone else miss Maxwell?
No.
Poor Maxwell. Somewhere, a single tear would fall down his face if he could have tears.
Somewhere out.
Or we could go for like the anime trope and he'd sneeze, but he doesn't actually have. He doesn't need to sneeze, so it's like, you know.
I don't think he can sneeze.
He could pretend to.
He does sinuses.
I'm sure his nasal bones can get itchy. I don't know if he can get itchy. I don't know. Like, he feels his bones, I'm
'cause
sure.
It's normally hairs.
Well, like, I mean, magic makes things weird.
He's an animated skeleton
Yeah.
with a magical silver tongue. I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Anyway.
I think he probably could because bones have nerves in them.
So
Moving on from that horrifying fact.
it might be magic nerves. Magic
I don't
nerves.
fucking know.
So you follow the elves. I really just don't.
The insane squirrel.
And well, the insane squirrel's following you. So you'll have to do the talking when we get there. For I don't care.
That is fine. We
That's
just
fair,
need to figure out
honestly.
who the leader is.
Ah, that's right. I did warn you. You should probably speak to the leader. But yet not speak to the leader, because that weird thing, because you don't know who the leader is, and they all speak with each other in their brains.
I'm going to have a conniption.
Probably. Anyway.
I deserve it.
Weed.
So...
Do not give the party squirrel weed.
Pretty squirrel, do you have any smoke leaf?
No,
Ching-ching!
we're cutting back on that and replacing it with the tea.
Ching-ching-ching-ching!
You're close. It's actually pronounced chai.
Ching-ching!
Close enough. Okay.
Elves.
You're also, like, everybody that's there is, like, you're not sure? The party squirrel's weird. The party squirrel, like, the kind of, like, body language screams it's hitting on everything that speaks to it.
I have yet to speak to it.
Yeah. It could
Don't
just,
know.
it could be, like, it just has body language like that. But, you know, it's that kind of, like, that's the sleazy mannerisms of, like, you know, the terrible person that pick you up in a bar, you know, kind of
I think
thing.
this abomination needs put out of its misery.
We can't, unfortunately. It's the only goodwill we have with these elves.
Somehow.
I will murder someone for a party squirrel.
They will be like, wait here. We will return soon. Keep your entertaining fuzzy creature with you.
Do we have to?
Yes.
You had them chitter-chatter, stay here! Chit-chat!
I want to party with the party squirrel.
No.
Fuck you. You can't control me. No one can control me.
We
I
know.
didn't say you can't. I said I don't want to.
You said no. I don't like that word.
No.
Did you call for a party? That means it's time for a square party. I can arrange that.
You already have.
I want to see what a squirrel party is. Yes, please.
All right, then. Just give me 10 minutes.
Well, given that we're probably going to be here for the next 10 minutes to 2 years, depending on how long elves think is a bit.
He's going to be ritually casting something.
I'm so excited.
No more squirrels, please.
No, fuck you. This is great.
Oh, too many squirrels.
Too many squirrels on the dance floor.
Yep.
Not enough squirrels.
It is done. The party will begin soon. Or the murder.
Guys,
It depends on which I feel like when they arrive.
Well, hopefully it's party, but I'm down for a spot of murder.
I am in a good mood.
I think he means us being murdered.
They could try.
Yeah. The thing is, that is a bad idea. We're very destructive, and I'm destructive with fire, and this is a forest.
Oh. Fire in this forest. That won't get you very far.
Not to
Oh,
mention that probably wouldn't please Multani.
no. Well, they're gonna kill me anyway. I might as well make it hurt.
But you see, fire is a
Live
natural
by.
part of the cycle. There's always going to be something of burning and rebirthing.
So it won't be a problem if I start the fire?
Possibly. Though I'm afraid the Rhinox, they don't take kindly to flames. They've natural want to stomp them out. And usually they crush everything in the nearby to it.
Well, again, I'm going to die either way. Might as well go out with a bang.
We didn't start the fire.
No, I'm intending on starting the fire.
I would like to join in this fire, but where's the party?
It takes a while. We'll probably have our meeting before the squirrels get here. You know, they can't just teleport here. They're squirrels. They have to climb to the trees.
Well, then why not give them all tiny little teleportation charms?
That'd be too expensive. Besides, I'm a druid, not a wizard. I don't cast teleportation spells. That'd just be weird. I can walk through trees. Now that's a thing.
It's a form of teleportation, to be completely fair.
Yes, but striding your way through trees is different than moving between them or having a squirrel have the ability to do that. Squirrels can't cast spells. Well, except for that one, but it's a fluke.
I'll take your word for it.
I'm gonna just go over here and meditate till they come back.
Yeah, I'm just mostly going to rest here until they come back.
I'm gonna party with the party squirrel.
I know you are.
How can I make Chitter-Chatter or his kin better? Or was it worse I want to make them? I don't know.
Tried
Wait,
adding
better.
Fire
flamethrowers.
Oh,
breathing?
wait.
That might not be a bad idea.
I'm glad I could help.
The next batch of them could breathe fire. They could use it to cook their food before they eat it.
Fire breathing squirrel? Yeah, good idea. In a forest?
I'm eating squirrels in a forest.
Oh, yeah, right. That's probably not a good idea.
I think it's a
Electricity!
wonderful idea.
Lightning
Yes.
squirrels!
They can still start fires.
Yeah.
But
Very-
less chance.
Acid squirrels.
Cold
Like the
squirrel.
kind, wait, like the kind that Carrion likes, or actual acid?
Actual acid, so
I've
that
only tried acid like 2 times.
they partially digest the food first to make it easier using acid.
So they're insectide squirrels.
I could combine them with some form of strange bee or fly.
Chitinous,
say
acidic
Only if you
squirrels.
name the fly Jeff Goldblum.
What? No.
Jeff's not a great name. Fligdorb. That would be a great name. Yes. I feel a creature such as that could be only called Flignorb. Or Mary.
A
I like
chitinous,
Mary.
acidic squirrel that maybe flies.
I'll be over here sitting and
Going.
meditating.
To have nightmares.
Yeah, I told once not
Where's
to
the
deal with
chief?
any of these squirrels.
Well, Chitter-Chatter, I guess, will be hanging out with Carrie and partying down. Yeah, you're partying down then. I guess make a perform check to see how well you dance along with party squirrels partying. We'll see how well you party.
Not horrible.
You're not a bad partier. You're a decent partier. You could pull off a good party. You know, you're enjoying the party. The party of a few. And as you're partying, everybody else who's not joining Party Squirrel and being distracted, or a crazy old man who's planning on using druidic magic to create horrible army of super squirrels at some point in time in the future, Yes. The forest in front of you seems to almost kind of part in a way. It's unusual because it's sort of like, it's a subtle kind of like, almost like a tunneling occurs. It feels similar to the tunneling that you went with Thunder before, but rather than being like an area between nature or worlds almost, like in between things, this just sort of naturally happens. And this kind of like almost like wall of vines seems to push through the tunnel that comes there, leading what looks to be kind of leaning on top of this wall, 3 old elves. Each of them seems to be wearing like a wooden mask that's been carved very loosely to look kind of like a face, with one eye, one of them with the left eye and the other 2 with the right eyes, adorned with kind of horns of some kind of animals, and kind of carrying like kind of strange fetishes on them. You can see that they've kind of got this armor that seems made of some kind of like combination of leaves and thorns. You can tell by kind of like their posture and by their like, the elves are like elongated and skinny. These are extra. They certainly seem like they are elders in comparison to the ones you saw before. And it just accentuates that unusualness of them with their, like, long limbs, very scraggly bodies. It's even more accentuated in these individuals. We come to speak for us all. You come to speak to us all. You have presented an unusual thing. A pet. The druid. It is curious.
Indeed.
That's one word for it.
Well, outsiders, we rarely meet with your kind, but we saw what you did. You spoke with the Great One of the Forest. Multani's words came upon you. We do not feel the same way as Multani, but we feel the forest. Still, as we feel each other, we are connected. So, what do you seek? We know, we do not see.
There is a danger that's nearby.
The one to the, that was the one in the center. The one to the left will speak.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Danger. We know of it. But it may not come to Yavimaya. If it does, we will fight. We are ready. All tribes are ready. We've spoken with our brethren in the mountain borders. They will be ready too, if it comes. Yavimaya will remain. Anybody want to respond to that?
Our concern is it may not attack here right away, but there are other things that may join it that may come back with him, making it even stronger. We feel that if we can stop it now, it might be for the best of everyone.
The one on the right will be like, what proof do you have that it will become stronger in time? Is it something physical, or is it merely a hunch you have inside of you?
We don't have anything physical to show, but we have met creatures who go back to the invasion. who've been collecting things from that time.
Then you need not worry. The one in the center says, "This creature is even more ancient than that. We remember the invasion. We assisted. Our brethren at the borders led a force under Multani to fight the invaders. We provided our magics, our shamanic nature, and our pets, our armies, saplings. We summoned thousands of them to fight for Yavimaya, to fight for the world. This creature is more ancient, less alien. Why would they bother with something that is not of their kind if they are assembling something of their kind? You jump to conclusions just because some remnant of the invaders remains hidden from the others, hidden from you. If they threaten Yavimaya, we will crush them. If it comes to Yavimaya, we will crush it. Yavimaya will remain.
Anybody else want to back me up on this? Any
You have
suggestions?
significantly higher charisma than me.
Yes, but any suggestions?
Better to get a threat out of the way early than wait for it to come back more powerful.
Oh, that's what I already kind of
Yeah.
said.
And their response was, "Will it come back more powerful?"
Yeah, they want proof that it would come back more powerful than it would leave.
And we don't really have proof.
Momo, did you have something to add here?
I was gonna mention something about the weird angel. Maybe like that angel is also looking for this. I don't actually know what the threat is because I forgot and I missed a week.
Yeah,
It's a big dragon
It's
robot.
a big dragon, siege dragon thing.
it's Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla is
Mechagodzilla.
going to wake up, and
Um,
you know, it's
Um,
Cole is not a smart man.
Mhm.
He doesn't know what Phyrexians are, or anything like that, or what a dragon siege engine is. But he knows when things are dangerous. There was a creature in Yavimaya, a celestial of some kind, corrupted, dangerous, very deadly.
the Magnalock drove it off.
And if whatever that thing is would get its hands on this new threat, corrupt it and twist it, it could become a bigger danger, like what happened to that celestial. And well, Yavimaya may be able to defend against it. Places like New Argive would not. It would be swept away in a flood of blood, leaving Yavimaya to stand alone.
The one on the left will speak. You do have a point there. That being was very dangerous, but it was not for us to fight. Multani would have called to us if we needed to fight that thing. Yes, maybe we'll see an opportunity in the creature that you speak of. But given that there are others in the world that could fight it, perhaps you worry because its destruction may be wrought upon what you would call innocence. None of us are innocent. We all have our own crimes in the world. We just merely must learn to live with them and the cycles of life and death.
I know having sins more than anyone else in this room could. But just because someone has sins does not mean they shouldn't be helped.
The one on the right would be like, so you ask us to risk ourselves? Risk our people? Those of the outside world would do very little for Yavimaya or our kind. They ask us for help when they need it. Very few times, and very few of your beings have shown true respect for the forest and have been willing to trade. Even those that trade are still not always safe. The one in the middle be like, that monstrosity came here, got our help in his war. He did warn us of the invaders. We know this through Multani. But he was a monster.
So, spite is your reason for not helping us? Because others wouldn't help you and have hurt you in the past, you are not going to hurt them? You're not going to help them? Am I getting that right?
Center one will speak. No. In a way, perhaps you are right. But there are feelings amongst us of spite. We all sense it. Not all of us share that feeling, but there are enough. We are of one mind yet not. We share minds, but are separate. So we understand that individuals are different. And yes, not all of you are Urza. No, most of you are not. Most of you are nothing like that. But still, what you ask of us is to risk ourselves for a war that may not be our own. Perhaps it will be, and we would be ready for that war. But this is a war that is not made from beyond our world. It is a war of our world. That creature that is left over, we know we are elders. It is from the time of the Great War between Urza and his brother. A leftover of their devastation, a sign of his sin. So you're asking us to once again face the sin that angered us. My grandfather, he spoke of the destruction, of the end. What Urza did to end the war was akin to murder of a world. So, you ask us to once again face his mistakes. Perhaps not his direct mistakes, but mistakes that his arrogance in that war created. A war between brothers, which almost destroyed our world. Almost did what these invaders tried to do on his own. That is why we are upset.
Look, I understand that, don't get me wrong, I find being spiteful and petty to be an excellent motivator and reason to do things. I use those quite a lot. It's just, at the same time, from what I understand of these draconic engines, they are very much not a one-and-done sort of thing. They see threats and they go after it. Or not even threats, but just targets, and they see everything as a target. So while it's true they might eventually come back here, maybe they'll be more powerful, maybe they won't be. Right now, it's still vulnerable. It's not fully awake yet. This is your best chance to eliminate a threat before a threat even occurs. Why not just get rid of it?
Are you a magician? A wizard? A mage? Goblin?
It's complicated, not exactly. I am an artificer.
You do get the sense that there's a kind of like a gap, like a thought between all of them as they stop. You know, you even see like they stop, like almost like hold their breaths for a second. The one on the right will then start speaking. Interesting. So you are like Urza and Mishra.
No. They were needlessly destructive for their own benefit. Don't get me wrong. I've broken some things in the past. But I've never done anything on a large scale that hurts many people. Besides, different styles. Their Artificer is much more generalized, mine is more specific.
Then perhaps, rather than war, we can give you an opportunity.
How so?
The one in the center will speak. You are correct in one thing. When it awakens, it most likely will wake up more of its kin. This is something we worried about. The stories tell of it leading its forces. It will most likely not be alone. But it is a machine, yes. A kind you could use your abilities with. You are a speaker of machines. Perhaps, rather than a threat, a new master, we could provide an opportunity to do this. But we can only provide part of that opportunity. You will need help. We cannot deal with the other engines. We could deal with it for a short while.
I like this. I appreciate the opportunity to at least try to tame the beast in a way. Better to have someone there to limit any destruction it might wreak than let it run wild, yes?
Then we will help you if you have it sleep again.
That I will do my best to assure.
We have experience with that.
We will...
I actually do have experience with draconic machines.
We will wait then and watch. Find your army to take care of the others. And we will see if our help is offered. We will not bring war this day, but Artificer, child of the machine, we will give you a chance to prove that perhaps not all of your fellow craftsters, that the kind like you are want to be Urzas and Mishras.
You want me to prove it?
To show through your actions that you are better than them and do not sink to the level of destruction, wanted war, hatred. To dig up past mistakes, to rebuild them more dangerous and deadly than before. The one on the left will finish up and be like, they brought forth things deep below the earth that were more dangerous than any could imagine. Rebuilt them, remade them, made them their own. That is why those two were the most dangerous. Not only did they bring war and destruction to this entire continent, to much of the known world at the time, they also destroyed it all.
They sought power, if I'm not mistaken, and influence. And they used these tools to get that. I have no interest in power and influence. I don't need it to know my own worth. I have no intention of becoming extremely powerful. That's not my ambition.
The one on the right will then kind of interrupt. Then prove it with your actions. The dragon is dangerous, powerful, temptation.
I will put it back to sleep rather than taking control of it. Will that prove my worth?
Sleep would be the best bet. This is the one in the center. But we know that that might not always be an option. At very least, it must never be a threat to living again.
Sure, sleep or total annihilation. Those are the two options I will go for.
Your discretion, Artificer.
I can't promise I'll be discreet, but I can promise that I will make a choice. And it will be the right one, I assure you.
The wall of vines will begin to withdraw back into the forest as the kind of tunnel that was kind of they allowed it to kind of move there will kind of close up, and everything will be silent again except for a
Well, that went well.
Agreed.
Better than expected.
I guess now to find the gorillas.
Yes,
The arm wrestle one.
I would like to see that.
I'll be beaten, but it'll be fun.
So, there were three that we needed. The elves, the gorillas, what was the third?
Gnomes.
No, that was the secret fourth one. I thought there was another.
Oh, dragons.
the
dragons. The dragons.
Mm-hmm. So you're going for gorillas next?
Are they the closest?
I'd say right now, gorillas and dragons are probably equivalently close. You could go either.
I personally am voting the dragons last.
Sure.
Well, second to last. Gnomes last.
Gnomes
If we
have
can
to be
even-
last.
If we can even get to the gnomes. The dragons might be easy. If they're anything like Shivan dragons or the Bogardan dragon, we just have to appeal to their sense of vanity.
Hmm.
Or they could be really destructive and we could just say, hey, you want to explode a thing?
We need to identify it as similar to a new rival that they should crush before it could possibly threaten their majesty. But don't insult them. Oh God, we should not insult them. They are dragons. I know that like our previous experience with dragons hasn't been that bad. But like we can't.
It was a
insult
little sketchy with Nim.
That was not our
Nim
fault.
Beside the point.
Nim had fucked his daughter.
No. Now Nim said he didn't actually have relations with her.
For
But
lack
he
of
wanted
trying.
to.
They weren't compatible.
Exactly.
Because Nim is a
Wanted
quitter.
to. There's also that. Beside the point. What I need to know is that I should keep my mouth fucking shut with the dragons.
That might be best.
Yes.
I think you could be good with the gorillas, though.
I just want to arm wrestle one.
That
They might
they might
appreciate
actually
that.
respect that.
Or wrestle. I could do full on wrestle.
Should I bring Chitter with us to the gorillas?
I
No,
don't
they will
think
probably
so.
eat him.
Yeah, they might
probably would.
legitimately attack and eat Chitter Chatter.
There is the possibility of that. Chitter Chatter does look delicious to the gorillas, I'm pretty sure.
It's
Apparently, it's
better
not just
that-
the gorillas.
It's probably better that Chitter Chatter does not come with to this meeting.
You had them, Chitter Chatter. Away with you. Oh, that's right. I forgot I summoned an army of squirrels. Anyway, we probably should deal with them. They are descending upon us.
Are they
You
ready for?
summoned an army?
Why?
I summoned approximately. Let me see. I'm gonna roll some dice to see how well he summoned squirrels. 44 times 100 squirrels. 900 squirrels show up.
Why?
You asked for like an actual party.
Yeah.
So
That's not a party. That's a bacchanal at that point.
Bacchanal of squirrels. I do like that. That's gonna be a thing that we have now. Bacchanal of squirrels. Anyway, yeah, the trees are just lined with squirrels. You are beyond surrounded, and Chitter Chatter's just jiving out, doing his thing in the center.
Are we offering these as appetizers?
I think you should go have Chitter Chatter throw a wild rave deep in the forest as a possible distraction for the gnomes.
That just seems silly.
This whole thing is silly.
Well, you know, sometimes you have to summon every squirrel, you know, that you need to destroy the... Look, just because it's a spell I designed of my own, of the ninth sphere, which summons an army of squirrels to descend upon your enemies...
This might be useful against the mechanical dragon if we have
Oh,
to
no, no, no. Squirrels aren't great against machine creatures. You have to have some...
They could get into the little gears and stuff.
And then just get ground up
I suppose
entirely.
A few hundred squirrel bodies might stop some machinery from moving.
It depends on how hot it runs. It might just disintegrate any of the squirrels.
It would be a possible distraction, maybe at least for a short time.
And this even was a low number of
Sure.
squirrels. I could have summoned more.
Well, let them go forage for some nuts. We need to meet with some
I have to do
gorillas.
something with them now that I've summoned them.
Have them search for gnomes.
Yes. Oh, that's actually a good idea. I have no idea how to find gnomes.
I don't think they do either. I'm going to be honest. They're just squirrels.
They could try.
Enough squirrels running through the forest might stumble upon them.
Or, chit chat, break it down. It's squirrel rave time. If he had sunglasses, he'd be able to put them on.
I'm going to have a headache.
No.
I'm not.
I'm walking away.
Okay.
I also walk away.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm walking towards the gorilla.
What are you doing, Carrie? Are you
I wanna
joining your?
stay with the squirrel rave. I'll catch up. I can fly.
I'll catch up. I can fly.
Make her come, please.
Whatever.
I'll catch up. I can fly.
It's true.
All right. Roll another perform to
I
have
don't even know where we're going.
Squirrel Rave. Thunder will come with you. He'll leave Carrie to lead the Squirrel Rave with Chitter Chatter.
But I meant, does she know how to get back to us?
I'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out.
Worry about that one later.
And she was never seen again.
He'll leave Manuel with you. Manuel knows the way. Manuel's a squirrel.
Yeah, I have a guide. I'm good.
All right.
Okay, let's take our first break here as Carrie raves down with squirrels. And it is one of the craziest parties you've had with squirrels. I think it's the only party you've had with squirrels, gotta be honest.
I'm not discriminatory.
Yeah. It's a weird time.
Squirrelmatory.
Yeah. But squirrel rave. Mm-hmm.
Squirrel rave. Scrape.
Oh, I guess it's all the nuts you could eat.
Squirrel Darude Sandstorm. Darude. Rainforest Storm.
Just don't eat the black nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Bold
black
to be choosy.
licorice.
I eat any nuts.
So, snack, drink, bathroom break. If you need any of those, go do it, and we'll be back in a little bit. To Beyond the Squirrel Rave.
I need less squirrels.
You're not going to get them. You have a deranged Herman on your side. As your guide. It'll be more squirrels. Boop.
Yes.
Boop. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. All right. So, Carrie, you will be partying with the party squirrels and the squirrel rave, or the squirrelanala, kind of like bacchanala. I think.
Squave.
Wave.
Mm-hmm.
At least I don't have to hear chitter chatter anymore.
It just wasn't my genre.
So, Thunder and the other three of you will head through the forest for a while. It will be another half a day's journey, but you will arrive in an area where you will begin to see the trees decorated with what looks to be bone fetishes. Be on guard, my friends. We've entered in the territory of the apes, of the masters of this zone.
I had a hunch. So, how should we make contact is the question.
Merely entering their territory will most likely draw their attention.
Hopefully not in a bad way.
Chances are a bad way. Don't necessarily take kindly to visitors. But
Should
we'll
we
figure
just
something
wait
out.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, no. We'll just figure it out, probably. Unless you have a plan.
No. All my techniques of getting people's attention are destructive, and I'm trying not to do that here.
I rarely have a plan. I just kind of go where the wind takes me.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just wait here and for someone to show up.
What might be smarter to go deeper into their territory, you know? More likely that they will get their attention quicker.
Will it be positive or negative attention?
Oh, not sure. Most of the time for myself, they just ignore me. They recognize that who kind of I am, in general, and normally they leave things like the elves and the druids alone if they do give sight of them. It's outsiders that have to worry about it.
Well,
We're
luckily traveling with the
outsiders.
druid.
Yes, you are! That's true!
But we have you, so maybe that'll be helpful.
Well, if things go wrong, I'm sure our skeletons will make very nice decorations for the trees.
They would.
I don't have it. I don't have one.
I don't intend on leaving one behind.
I think they'd be very disappointed. They could not make a fetish out of it.
I'm going to crawl inside of the bag, and they cannot harm me in there.
What if they tear the bag?
You don't want to know. Magic that compresses things into the space like that is very dangerous if ruptured.
But they don't know that.
I do.
Well, forward we go. I don't normally enter into their territories. It seems, counterintuitive, as they are quite... Well, I don't quite know if we'll be able to communicate with them. They have their own language.
Oh.
Some of them might speak or understand the language of the elves, since they are closely connected more with them than any others. So...
Well, I can speak that.
Well, there you go! Advantage! And perhaps you can communicate with some of them. You just have to hope you're communicating with, most likely it's one of the shamans. But their chieftains are probably the more dangerous ones. Larger, meaner, more aggressive.
We'll see what happens.
The fetishes they use to decorate their territory, the borders, and many other things are a combination of bones of the fallen and bones of that which they eat. Meat is not something that is normally heavy on their diets. Hence why it's a special occasion when they do a hunt, or when they eat something. They assimilate the energies of that which they eat. I believe some of their ideas, ones that are less popular than they used to be, fortunately, are that devouring an outsider would gain abilities of it. It hasn't been a hugely popular one since a few hundred years, but you never know when someone might be a throwback.
Well, that can be true, but
Only
I think
for
you have to
you.
have special abilities for that to happen.
I think you are an exception to that.
I am special.
Doesn't mean they couldn't try to eat you. They just might get an upset stomach. I'm fairly certain eating someone of demonic blood would give you an upset stomach, but doesn't mean they can't try.
I think Carrie would be very spicy.
Probably.
Okay,
Probably
I
better
don't
she's not here then.
think about eating Carrion.
I don't want to. I'm just saying she would probably be spicy.
You do want to eat my blood, so how would I know?
I have it for an emergency.
I still think we should just try to put it back into my blood.
That's just foolishness.
Put my blood back into my blood. Quickly. Well,
We'd have to cut you open to put the blood back in, but you'd lose more blood.
keep your eyes open. It will probably be more prudent to see them before they see us, so to say.
Oh, I don't need to blink, so I'll keep my eyes open.
Great! I'll need everybody
I can't blink with one of my eyes.
to give me perception checks then, as you are traveling through this area.
Ooh, first die roll.
23 right there. Best I've rolled all week.
You see, Cole has good rolls. Cole stole the rolls from all the other versions of your characters.
Umber stole all of my 20s.
Well, Cole, Claude, the two of you are certainly observant. And as you're heading through the territory of the apes here, a few hours in, you will get the sense that you are being watched, followed. You get glimpses of movement in areas slightly outside of your vision.
I will mention the crazy old man. We're being watched. Should we stop or should we keep going?
Up to you.
They're just watching and following.
They're probably looking for an opportunity to strike.
I think we should wait, both for Carrion to catch up, and for them to approach us.
It might be dangerous to wait for them to approach.
Well,
Can I tell if there's any of them nearby?
Yeah. There's probably about 2 dozen gorillas following you.
I think it'll be more dangerous for us to approach them. We could use as a friend.
I just think that they might go for attack first, ask questions later. Especially since we are invading their territory.
It is often what people
you
do.
said it wouldn't be that much of an issue and that you would help us get in.
Oh, I got in just fine.
They're probably not going to eat him.
I have many regrets.
You learn to live with all of them.
I'm aware. I've had most of them for years.
I am going to try to loudly say in Elvish that we seek a meeting.
Okay.
That we bring no harm.
Okay. You can state that out loud. And, upon speaking Elvish, you will see that it seems as though the group kind of stops. You lose track of them. They've at least kind of maybe withdrawn back a little bit, and things are kind of quiet for a little bit. Just the sounds of the forest.
That might be good. At least that means they recognize the language.
Or it's the first time we've addressed them and now they're regrouping.
Yes, it's hard to say if it's just warriors, if there'll be a shaman amongst them. Most likely there's not a chieftain, but again. The chieftains, you see, they invoke powerful spirits, ancestor spirits. Their magics are based around it. Their shamans are especially powerful at evoking very powerful shamanic and druidic powers with it. Their chieftains have their own unique abilities. They summon those spirits to enhance their combat abilities. Makes them quite dangerous. You're not just fighting one, you're fighting many, perhaps. Regardless, now it seems that you've got their attention. Perhaps we should wait and see what they do.
Agreed. Plus, being in one spot, it's easier to keep an eye out.
And also hopefully Carrion will be able to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because again, we need Carrion to wrestle if that should be necessary.
I mean, worst case scenario, I could go giant and wrestle one.
You could. I worry that being seen as an aggressive act.
Well, I think wrestling in general would be an aggressive act.
Yes, but turning into a giant is like an unusual thing. You get what I mean, right?
I get what you're saying. I'm saying that would be the only alternative for me for if they want to wrestle.
Yeah, we could potentially find ways to make it work, but Carrion would be our best bet.
Agreed. Hopefully she's not getting any special stuff from the squirrels.
We agreed to start using tea instead of just drugs.
That doesn't mean she would not partake if there was some.
I don't think the squirrels have party drugs. They're squirrels.
They're weird
They're a
squirrels.
bit more advanced than squirrels.
Yes, they are squirrels. It's still, I don't think that they have the chemical capability of producing hardcore party drugs.
No, but that doesn't mean there's not natural things that grow here. That
You all need to
couldn't
have
give
more
similar
faith in
effects.
Carrion. She's not going to take weird drugs from squirrels, probably.
My first interaction with her was her telling me to buy her drugs.
Yes, I know.
The problem is what you just said there. Probably.
I have confidence in her, okay? Yeah.
It wouldn't be the first time she's taken weird drugs. that
I'm
were-
aware. It's almost gotten me killed before. But still, I have faith in my friend.
We'll have to find out about that. But for now, after a while, maybe about 10, 20 minutes, there'll be a huge commotion all around you. As emerging from the forest will be, of course, a large group of apes. Now, these apes are probably about 7, 8 foot tall. They look like they're very much so gorillas, except they're dressed in like kind of like a very loose armor of like bones and rocks and sticks and stuff. You can see in amongst their armors and stuff they've seemed to like made. They're very like meshed together. You can see pieces of like metal items sometimes too, probably something that was scavenged from invaders and things like that. They also brandish like it looks as though like these kind of like leather wrappings that are like around their fists that are seemingly like studded with bones and stuff, you know. So they are armed with, they seem to use fists as weapons, but they have like, you know, their like I compared
like brass knuckles,
like brass knuckles, yeah. Some of them are brandishing like spears that have the ends are like, you know, twisted like things of like splitted out bones and stuff. And one of them that seems a little bigger than the rest has what looks to be like a actual sword that's made of some kind of creature's jawbones, like there's razor sharp fangs and stuff. So it looks like it's kind of like a one-sided like sword.
I will greet them in Elven. We seek only to speak.
It yells out something in a language you don't understand and kind of stands back and beats its chest a bunch of times and kind of like postures large. The one with the sword, kind of holding it out, pointing it towards you.
Do any of you speak Elvish?
You'll hear in a voice, I speak. As emerging from the forest is like another ape. You know, he's like got this like headdress of like bones and furs and stuff, kind of covering its head. Kind of adorned with kind of like braided fetishes in its hair and stuff like that. Kind of has like a necklace of it looks like small animal skulls, you know. Carrying like a staff where it looks like an actual like gorilla skull on the top of it. So like a skull of like one of his kin. With like all kinds of strange runes embedded in it on the top of the skull. You come. Why?
There is a danger that awakens. A mechanical creature. In the ocean.
Danger bad. Creature bad. I understand. But water, not forest.
It may attack. Here.
Human shamans care for outside world. Gorilla care for our world. Great spirit of forest and ancestors have not called us to battle.
We have spoken to Multani. They will not intervene at the moment, but did give us permission to speak to your tribes, as well as the elves and the dragons.
Sky lizards, dangerous. Ugh. They eat our kind for sport. Pointy ears. No care for your outside world. will turn you down.
We actually have spoken to them. They are willing to give us some support if we can make the creature go back to sleep.
Ocean creature, sleep.
It has not fully awakened, but it does stir from its deep slumber. We think if we can either make it go back to sleep or defeat it while it's weak, this would be the best chance.
You suggest war for tribes. Dangerous. I must speak with chieftains. I must speak with ancestors. You will come with us.
I will nod and we will follow.
He'll kind of like speak something in like the ape language, which is like a very like guttural language. You can tell that there definitely is a language to it. It seems like based off of like what a lot of like, you know, great, like the noises like great apes do, but it has like its complexity a lot more that seems to have evolved with their species as they gained like a full sentience.
I also mentioned there is one more of our party that will be joining us. They are coming soon.
Symbol of surrender. He'll hold out a hand.
Okay, I'll hold out a hand. Oh, like, do they want to? Does it seem like they're asking for something? Like
Something to convince. Like, yes.
I'll pull out my rapier.
Mm-hmm.
Since I still have it.
Yes.
Never use it.
Is it recognizable as your rapier?
Yes.
Okay. He'll kind of like beat on his chest, you know, like say something. A couple of the gorillas will kind of hang around holding out the rapier. We'll see how well this goes when Carrie shows up. The rest of you will be escorted as prisoner guests.
They didn't
We're
take any
used
of
to
my
it.
weapons.
That's why you're prisoner guests, because they haven't taken your weapons yet. They're just kind of like, you know, taking you away.
We're used to it. We're always prisoner
How many
guests.
times have we been prisoners?
Prisoner guests.
It's been
It's
several.
been like 4 times.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's
Most of them religious-based.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have a good track record with religions.
Neither do I in real life.
Same.
I stay away from them.
Well, let's take our second break here, actually, before we switch back to Carrie and find out what's happening her with the greatest Baka Squirrela Squave in existence.
I'm gonna go insane.
So now it's not a rave, it's a freaking,
It's an orgy.
no.
No.
That sounded more like square dancing.
I was
No,
doing
that
that.
was Darude Sandstorm.
Yeah, that was Druid Sandstorm.
Yeah, that was Darude Sandstorm.
Oh.
Darude Squanstorm.
Snack, drinks, break, bathroom break. If you need any of those, go take care of them and return with Carrie and her party, which hopefully then she'll catch up with everybody and we'll find out what's going on as you're at the gorilla village. And they're consulting their chieftains and probably their ancestors and deciding if this, you know, if they're going to try to eat you. But we'll find out when we return, and Baby Carrie will show up and help them. We'll find out and be back.
Yeah.
Boop. And boop, we're back.
No.
As Mads is distracted by a puppy.
Puppy.
Puppy!
It's because this dumbass jumped on my bed while there's stuff all over it.
I hate when jumbasses do that.
Yeah, I'm talking about you.
Mm-hmm.
He has no shame, as you can see.
So, I will need you to...
Party with the
I
squirrel.
guess you get a Constitution save with advantage, because I think you're not immune to alcohol, you're resistant. Because,
Alcohol squirrel.
dire squirrels will bring logs filled with fermented berry juice in which to enjoy.
And God knows I'm partaking.
Mm-hmm.
What? I hit advantage. Whatever. Just roll again.
Mm-hmm. The squave will last for like an entire day of
Nice.
squirrel partying. You're fairly certain a few squirrels died of partying.
You know what? What a hell of a way to go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, but your good old friend the party squirrel leading the way at the heart of it.
He died first?
No, I mean like he's like
Oh.
doing the
Yes, the party squirrel is dead now. I am now the party squirrel.
leading the party. I mean like
No,
he's-
no, you've eaten the party squirrel and gained its power.
Excuse you, I would never. I'm not Kaz.
But you gained its party powers.
I can do that via osmosis.
Jones?
That's Joe's
Yes,
power.
Osmosis Jones.
I am
Anyway.
Osmosis Jones.
I party with the squirrels till dusk, I'm guessing.
Jesus, you're letting us at the mercy of the gorillas for that long?
Yeah.
Sticking with the party.
Mm-hmm. The party will go on if you don't leave and let it break down on its own. The party of 900 regular squirrels and about 50 dire squirrels will last for 3 days.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm not leaving them that long. I'm not that irresponsible. excuse
When
me.
will you depart then? Actually, how about this? Give me an insight check to notice how long it's been. All right,
Okay.
you have the ability to leave whenever you want to. Then you did well enough to do that.
Because it would have been horrible.
You could have very easily lost track of time with all the partying.
Let's say I'll party for a good 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go after them because I'm fast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You enjoy 5 hours of partying.
I get some Darut sandstorm squirrels.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Squanstorm.
Squanstorm.
Windstorm. We got one of the squirrels that dies.
Yeah, the squirrel just you see go and just keel over of
That might have been your cue
Squirrel
to
attack.
leave.
One of the squirrels keels over, and I'm like, all right, got time to leave.
I've partied enough for tonight.
Did my guide survive?
Oh, your guide is fine. Your guide is a designated guide. He's staying sober.
Ah, my designated compass.
Yeah. Who can smack you when you're feeling who's ready to smack you if you felt a little drunk, but you did pretty good. With a lot of drinking.
Use you, Mr. Squirrel. I can hold my liquor.
Mm-hmm. Just fermented berry juices, just it's a thing.
Worse.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's pretty good, but it's also there's not a lot of technique to it. We'll put it that way.
I have had worse.
Yeah.
Bathtub moonshine.
That's effectively what the squirrels made. It's because it's all they can make.
But it's flavorful.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's like looks like about a dozen different kind of berries are used in combination to create it.
Good thing I'm resistant to poison. I could be like totally poisoned by that.
Give me one more Constitution save because you are partying for 5 hours, and that might tire you out. You're good.
Fine.
You had an intense party session of 5 hours, so you and your guide are flying off somewhere. I'm gonna roll something for a squirrel.
It's probably gonna bode horrible for me.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Actually
Pretty well
not.
for you. Yeah. Your squirrel can guide you. I assume you probably need to fly above the tree line, as it is difficult to do it below the tree line very easily at speeds, if you want to catch up. If you want to travel at the speed they're going, you can be below the tree line. Above the tree line, it's kind of difficult to navigate. But your squirrel seems to be pretty good at it. It leads you the way. When do you want to try to find them below the tree line?
We have a estimate of how far it was from the...
You
Where we
didn't
were?
hear. Your squirrel was just supposed to guide you.
That's valid.
You were given a
We don't
squirrel to
split the
guide
party.
you. It's probably not a great... it's sort of like, you were given a squirrel to guide you. It is still a squirrel. Even if it's slightly trained.
This is why we don't split the party.
This is
I
why
don't
you
know.
squirrel the party.
2 hours?
5 hours.
2 hours.
I thought you said you partied for 5.
You partied for 5 hours.
Yes. Oh no, I was saying that's how long I want to wait until I go below the tree line.
Okay.
2 hours.
Okay. Alright,
So you're leaving us alone for 7 hours?
more than that. 2 hours isn't quite enough to catch up to you. It does help cut the way a lot. But, you've cut down the amount of time you're behind by a little bit.
How long were we traveling?
Half a day.
Okay. That's right. This isn't nearly as bad as I was expecting in my head.
Yeah. I will say it was like 6 hours of travel to get there. So, she was, when you had your hour left, Carrie departed, caught up a little bit, but is still behind you. Alright, eventually, though, you'll get to what appears to be an area that has strange bone fetishes in it. It is the first different sign that you've seen.
Hey Miguel, are we on the right track?
Manuel.
I can't pronounce that.
It just points in the direction that it's been pointing in.
Good enough for me.
Insight, squirrel? I mean, like...
Okay.
Animal
I have very poor
That squirrel certainly knows where it's going.
Exactly. I'm gonna trust the squirrel. He's my guide.
Oh, boy. Alright.
Manchester, it's you and me.
That's your second reference to the country of England.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester, England.
Wait, what was my first? Oh,
Talking about England explicitly.
listen, I just thought of words that start with M.
Monkey.
Words that start with M. Yeah,
Monkey.
monkey.
So I'm just gonna go in the direction the squirrel told me.
Alright, oh boy. I'm just gonna roll something again. Now the squirrel is... actually rolled half decent, but it's a squirrel and it's an idiot.
I mean, same.
So, you follow the squirrel's advice and kind of move around through the forest, kind of like flying at a slightly slower speed because you need to, you know, dodging trees and stuff. Give me a perception check after a little while.
Yeah, once again, something I'm bad at.
All right.
Yeah.
A couple more hours will go by, and you will have not found them.
Hey, are there any gorillas around here that want to eat my face off? Say that. No, you know what? I say that in regular.
Yeah.
Regular. Common.
There is no response.
Regular.
Damn it.
Roll me a survival
Squirrel.
check.
Well, you failed me.
Okay, yeah, no.
No. I'm just, listen, I'm just gonna start shouting
Mm-hmm.
for my companions. Be like, hey, Kaz, are you anywhere around here? Claud? Human that I forgot the name of all the time?
I'm just now realizing it's Kaz, Claude, and Cole.
Let's go.
And Carrion. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Kaz, Claude, Carrion, and Cole.
This is why you needed Maxwell and Wintress to have some different names. Well, you got Thunder with you too, and he's just crazy.
But we wouldn't want him any other way.
So, Kaz, Claude, Carrion, Cole, and Crazy.
Yeah. All right.
Gorillas. I could go with gorillas. Hey, I'm trying to find my friends. Kind of lost.
Do you want us to make perception checks to hear this?
No, you will not hear it. You are nowhere near this.
Oh, good. Great.
There may have been some unfortunate rolls there that have resulted in Carrie being a little behind schedule, or more than she was before. So... I will allow you... Oh, actually, let me roll something here. Roll something. The squirrel's pointing in a new direction.
Alright, good enough for me.
Alright, please roll a perception and a survival check. I'll give you both of them. Uh-huh. Alright. After 4 more hours, so now it's like, it's getting into nighttime, it's getting dark out, you realize you're goddamn lost.
Yeah.
You don't even think you're in the gorilla territory anymore. Somehow you left it. It seems as though your guide maybe lost the trail.
It's alright, Michael. We all get lost sometimes. Hey, you want to see if we can find the gnomes?
It's pointing in another random direction now, which you're fairly certain is not the right way at this point in time.
Pretty sure that's not the right way, Manchester United. I can't think of anything other than Manchester.
Do you want a survival check to attempt to get back to where you were? Though it is going to be more difficult because it's nighttime. You could try to camp on your own or find some shelter on your own. But you are on your own with a forest full of very horrible things which are beginning to wake up at night.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I get more lost?
You die.
I get more lost?
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm gonna just roll something here. Okay. I'm gonna give you another one there. Okay, that's not a great one. Alright, I need...
Get attacked. Do I get to rumble?
You do indeed get to rumble, but let me see if I've got stats for something like this. I don't know if I've got stats for something like that.
Listen, the only thing I said at all in this entire chat today was that I wanted to rumble. So, if I die here, you know what? Valid.
If you die here, I'm gonna be so fucking mad at you.
Well, you know, that's rude.
There's the stats I want to use. Sweet. Give me perception.
Bold of you to assume I can see. Okay.
You hear something very loud moving around. And when I mean moving around, I mean flying around.
Hey, Martin, do you know what that thing is?
It's shivering in, like, terror.
Alright, good. You think I can fight it?
It's just shivering in terror.
Yeah, you're useless. Oh god, I don't have anything good for this shit. Oh wait, yeah I do. I turn invisible.
Okay.
Hopefully can't see blind sight. I'm just gonna turn invisible and try and outrun it. / outfly it.
It seems to be following you in the air.
Great. Love that shit.
You hear this kind of, like, very high-pitched noise that kind of, like, works in the back of your ears.
Ow. Hey, can you stop? It's rude.
You begin to notice what seems to be tracking you in the distance. It is a gargantuan bat.
Dracula?
Like, I mean the actual size gargantuan. So it would be the
I
kind
know.
of thing that, like, would carry away, you know.
Harry.
Yeah.
Carry away a house? An
Yes.
entire village?
Yes.
That's not good. That's really not good. I seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Right, Maverick?
Get me in a pickle.
It's now hiding somewhere in your clothes. It's no longer on your shoulder. It's like found a place to hide on you.
Probably in my pants then.
Maybe.
So there's a squirrel in your pants, or you're just happy to see us?
Neither. Is it flying faster than me?
It is flying probably approximately... Oh, yes, it is flying faster than you. It does seem to be gaining some ground on you. You notice that it's like maybe a few hundred feet away, but it's very slowly doing that because it's very good at maneuvering for the trees, but that still seems to slow it down. You're surprised that this thing can maneuver through the trees so well. It's so large.
Well, I'm either going to die here or not. This is why
Or
Kaz
not.
left me the gun.
This is why you shouldn't have fucking left.
To be fair, I didn't think this through.
That's the story of Carrie's life. I didn't think this through.
Carrie's life, I didn't think this through. Alright, fuck it, we're gonna stand and fight. What's the worst that can happen? I die.
And you make Kaz sad.
I'm just gonna turn on a dime and just, I don't know. Come at me, big bitch.
Okay.
I have no plans. Or a future.
Okay. I guess let me throw up this initiative tracker if that's what you want to do.
I can't think of anything else.
Give me a nature check, actually. I'll give you that.
Try.
Like, where's nature?
Mhm.
That's not something I'm good at. Never mind.
Hey, you know bats use a sort of... They use echolocation. You know what?
Yeah.
You know the basic idea of it. You are as good as visible to it, even if you're invisible, because you're out in the air.
Oh fuck, I'm dumb.
Look at tree.
Yes.
Yeah, literally, I'm just gonna hide behind a tree.
Yes, and now you're putting your profile part of the tree, and it has trouble finding you because it's a bat. It doesn't mean it can't see you.
Listen, Mads doesn't remember shit about bats.
They're in your belfry.
I don't know what a belfry is.
Give me a stealth check with advantage, please.
Believe it or not, I'm not very good at that.
You have advantage at very least.
That's
I needed
helpful.
Alright. Okay.
Row the squirrel.
The creature will kind of like, it'll seemingly like circle around the area you stopped at, and then kind of like, kind of land, kind of perching between a couple of trees, as it's kind of like seemingly looking around for you.
Rude, that's really rude. I'm going to stay right where I am, unless it screeches at me. I'm saying this all in my mind, by the way. I'm not speaking out loud.
Please give me, I guess it would be Constitution? Sure.
Try dropping something.
Constitution
Like a saving throw or
yeah,
check?
save. Okay. The supersonic noise is unpleasant to be around this close to this thing. The noise it puts out to, like, see is incredibly high-pitched, and you can feel it, like, affecting your bones, even, you know? It is an unpleasant thing to be around. As it's kind of, like, clicking and searching. It doesn't seem to necessarily see you, but it's kind of looking around.
Go away, stupid bitch, go away.
Anything you want to do, or are you just going to kind of wait and see what happens?
I don't know what I can do, technically. I mean...
Drop something.
That's a smart idea. How about I just grab a... I don't know, a branch or something and toss it in a random direction.
Okay.
And then go the opposite direction.
It's gonna roll this d20 here. Well, okay. The thing will turn towards where the noise of the branch was, as if it's like falling down to the ground, and it's gonna kind of like kind of swoop down out of the trees. It's like, because it probably was like had one of its limbs, like a couple of its limbs on like the tree you're on, so the tree you're on kind of shakes as this massive creature kind of like pushes off of it, as it kind of swoops down where the branch that you threw down is kind of like to, as it kind of like glides along the ground with like kind of like a just, and then glides back up out of sight. It seems to be circling the area again. Not close anymore, but circling the area.
Then circling us.
Might have lost
You
track of me.
mean?
I'm
You're
talking
talking
to the squirrel!
I'm shocked the squirrel hasn't been left behind.
I leave the squirrel behind, that's rude.
Throw the squirrel.
Hey, Malcolm, you still good?
It's hiding.
Good. Alright, you're still alive.
You can certainly feel it's like kind of curled up, hiding wherever it's at and on you, you know, so there's this like fuzzy warm spot.
I'm guessing it's on my ankle.
Wherever it could fit into your clothing. Up to you.
Ankle.
Gotcha. It's in your sock then or something, or your shoe, wherever it has room.
Do I wear shoes?
I don't
know if I wear shoes. That's beside the point. I guess now I'm gonna be walking for a while.
Can I do something to hopefully help Carrie find us?
What
Is
would you
it a
want to
flare?
do?
Yeah, it's a flare.
Well, the lot of you are escorted into into the gorilla's village, where you are taken to a hut and kind of thrown into it with some guards outside. Wait here. Must talk to chieftains.
Wait, it's been It's been more than 8 hours, hasn't it?
Probably overall, but this was a little while ago when you were escorted there to the village, and kind of put there.
Yeah, but from when we had separated.
Yes, by now we'll say could it be more than 8 hours?
Could I have been able to prep a spell?
Probably not, because it wasn't 8 hours of rest. Though you could
fair.
begin resting now with the hope of changing a spell to hopefully contact Carrie. As I need a survival check from you, Carrie. You are on the ground. The bat seems to have left. If you had wanted to fight it, it was basically a rock, but reskinned as a bat.
Oh, you would have died.
Figured.
Mm-hmm. But you are apparently really good at navigating as you begin to, navigate your way back out of whatever territory this bat is into and, get out into a territory. And you're doing pretty well at avoiding terrible, terrible things which stalk this forest at night. Like big old bat. Eventually you will return to the gorilla's territory. It will be a while. I would like a constitution save from you. It is like morning when you're finally back after the insanity of your night and your hours of being lost.
24.
You are good. You're tired. You're kind of feeling a little funky. It's just not doing great. But you're back in the gorilla territory, and as you're entering into the gorilla territory and kind of moving into it, now seemingly with much more purpose, a group of 12 gorillas are going to leap out in front of you, one of them holding up a weapon. Looks like a rapier. Give me... I gotta be honest, roll intelligence. I don't even know if you know this. Maybe?
I've had it the entire time.
Yeah, but does Carrie pay attention? She's smart. 10's enough. I'll be nice to you. If you had rolled really low, but you're like, hey, that's Claud's rapier it's brandishing. It's just holding above its head, as it's kind of yelling at you. As they're kind of one next to it's kind of pounding its chest and kind of they're all being very intimidating towards you.
Can I tell they're trying to speak a language?
Or
can I tell that they have a language, basically?
Insight
we were
now.
told
You were told they have a
having-
language. Yes.
Oh, then I'm just gonna cast comprehend languages immediately,
Okay.
so that I can hopefully understand them.
Okay. Right now, they seem to be less communicating and more just, posturing
Screaming.
and screaming at you. Yeah. What are you doing in response to them posturing and screaming? And holding up Claud's sword. Maybe Claud's dead.
Honest,
Maybe
part of me wants to scream and posture back. Can I do that?
Sure. Roll intimidation. Let's see how well you scream and posture. Wow. You're very bad at it.
I know. I'm tired.
After you kind of do your thing back, rah, rah, kind of pounding your chest. It works so much better. You realize they've all broken out in a snickering.
I'm funny. Alright, are we gonna talk like civilized people? I say in Elvish. Or civilized creatures.
Do you think this is the one that we were looking for? It speaks the language of the pointy ears. Maybe. We should throw the other sword at it. This other's weapon at it. It's
Why would you throw a sword
object
at
of
me?
surrender. Take this object of surrender! You surrender too!
I mean, does that mean I pick up the sword? Because typically when you surrender, you give the sword back.
I do not know what it is speaking about. It continues the pointy ears language. Surrender! Surrender! Ah! It is time for you to come with us to the village. Surrender, pointy-eared talker.
Not
Winged
for
with
me.
wings.
Hey, Major, you're still attached to my ankle?
It's moved somewhere else, but it's around. Probably by now it's actually returned to your shoulder, as the terrors of the night have left.
Hey, Major, you think it's a good idea?
Wait, give me a second.
Listen, neither of us have very many brains. Well,
Wait.
I have a brain, it's just that I don't use it.
It's going to be pointing in a direction. You think it's the direction of these guys or something. The squirrel continues to attempt to navigate.
I guess I'm gonna pick up the rapier and just hold out the hilt towards them. Be like, alright, that's pretty much what a surrender is, right?
Mm-hmm. Then they're gonna kind of like stop posturing and move in, and like one kind of gesture, follow, as the other, come, escort the prisoner.
It's not the first
Isn't
prisoner.
Shaman says they are guests. Shaman says lots of things. We will probably be eating them later on.
They can try.
They could try. I'm probably very chewy and very spicy.
I'm gonna make them fucking work for it.
All right, Miriam. Hopefully we survive this.
Mm-hmm. It will be morning then, finally. And actually, into the early morning that you, the four of you, actually, the three of you. The druid wasn't escorted in here. He will show up in the morning, and be like, hello, fellows! Hi there, everybody! How's it going?
Were we given comfortable places to rest?
Not really.
Now that I've slept in the bag.
Okay. It's just a kind of semi-permanent shelter. It's pretty well made, but like it looks as though this is probably more like a place to store some things rather than an actual like home. Probably like a communal storage thing that doesn't have a lot of like. So it's got some like stuff in here storing things. Probably like some clay and jars, like jugs and jars and stuff of storage, and like some like carved wooden things, you know. None of it's like super like great work, but it's certainly like, you know, you can see how they're like, you know, got some decent techniques and stuff. They're you know, tribal and smart about what they live on. But yeah, you get to spend some time in the storage room because it's either they usually have prisoners or guests. They don't usually have guests. They have prisoners or prisoners most of the time. And you're prisoner guests. So, I mean, you're a step up, but they don't have a place for that. It seems as though they'll be having the meeting with the chieftains some point today. The chieftains of this tribe. They might call upon the other tribes. And I think your shaman friend that you made, he seems to be doing some kind of ritual. I hope it works out for you. I'm going to go have breakfast. Gorilla breakfasts are seemingly wonderful. I should stop by here more often.
Okay.
Are we going to be fed? It's a no, isn't it?
I'll find out.
As long as we're not... don't try to eat us at any time soon, I don't care.
I mean, they only took your sword. We have
Yeah,
other
'cause
ways of defending.
Thunder will
Because
leave.
I actually use that.
Yeah, Thunder will leave, and about 30 minutes later, a gorilla will come and kind of slide in, or kind of like slide in a number of, like a large bowl of fruit. It also has some kind of like chewy, like plant. Probably like, it looks like some kind of stem or something.
Disappointing, but okay.
Yeah, you guys can have it. I'm fine. Alright.
I'll eat some of it.
The fruit is fruit. It's
A
fine.
little bit.
The starchy vegetable is like the stem of some kind of plant that's edible. It's chewy, but edible, you know? It's like
I think a gorillas are vegetarian.
They mostly are. Yes.
They mainly are, but they are omnivore.
Yeah. As I said, it's the same way here. They eat meat for special occasions and stuff like that, and rituals.
Yeah.
So, your average meal is fruits and vegetables. And that's what they're sharing with you. This seems to be nothing prepared. Whether they prepare something or not, or actually cook anything. Carrie, it's about this time. You'll be shoved into, like, they'll kind of point at this building that's kind of got, like, like some kind of, like, hide, door over top of it, and kind of, like, one of them will kind of, like, give you, like, a gentle nudge. Not like to, like, push you, just kind of, like, you know.
Away.
Yeah. Hey, everybody! Carrie's here!
Do I still have the sword?
Oh my god.
Or did
Sure.
they take it back? Okay.
Mhm.
Hey, Claude, I have your sword.
Oh,
There
Thank
you
you.
are.
and
Oh,
what took
Yeah, I
you
almost
so
got eaten by a
long?
bat.
I was so fucking scared.
And I got
Oh,
lost
still
quite a
alive.
lot. We're not very good at navigating.
I was so genuinely terrified.
I almost got eaten by a bat.
That's why.
That's now the squirrel's now pointing at yet another direction.
Listen, man. Got your name somewhat right, I think. We're here. We're good. Great job navigating. I'm proud of us. We survived. Now I'm going back to calling you random M names. Marvin, please.
You're going to give me a stress-induced heart attack. Carrion.
It wouldn't be the first time.
For me, it would be. I haven't replaced my heart yet. I
But you
don't know how.
Yeah, I thought you couldn't.
Yeah, I might have to. You're going to destroy it.
Listen, it was fine.
You just
Mel-
said you almost died.
No, I said I almost got eaten. There's a difference. I have been eaten and not dead before.
There's some fruit here, and some strange root vegetables. Not root vegetables, because they're not root, but, like, strange vegetables, like, as I said. I would compare them to, like, you know, like a young bamboo shoot, so it's like you kind of thing you're chewing on the entire shoot kind of thing.
Hey, Mercutio, you think those are edible?
It's gonna eat one of the, like, a small berry.
Good enough for me. I haven't slept.
You should sleep.
No. I want to arm wrestle ape / gorilla. I forgot the fucking term.
They would probably be a type of gorilla, though they are different than your average gorilla, I would say. Anyway, we'll leave it here, that now you're all reunited together, and Carrie didn't die.
I didn't die! Not for lack of trying!
If you tried to fight the Rock reskinned as a bat, you probably would have been in trouble.
Listen. Mads just forgets facts about bats, because Mads doesn't know facts about bats. Just because I dress like one.
Look, it would have been fine. It would have only torn you asunder with its fangs and claws, and, you know, probably has some kind of sonic wave attack that makes it more deadly than your average rock. But that's besides the point.
Listen, I got to go to a squave, so I'm happy.
Yes. But we'll give some shout-outs, because as we end today, and it was a crazy time, you've sort of made friends with the elves, and, you know...
We didn't make enemies of the elves.
Yay!
That's a win.
Yes.
Trying.
And the gorillas are a work in progress. They haven't eaten you yet.
I want to wrestle.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think Kaz was the solution to dealing with the elves. I, in fact, thought Kaz would be a hindrance to dealing with the elves. But they, in fact, want an Artificer to fix the Artificer problem.
Yeah, when you said you were an Artificer, because it's, again, like, these are probably, like, 1,000-year-old elves who had, like, you know, like, 2 generations ago remember the war between the Brothers' War or something, or like maybe it might be longer than that, but still, like, you know, they're very old elves, and you know, elves have a long memory, so certainly it would have been passed down, that knowledge of, you know, the horrible things that happened here. I was thinking it's 2,000 years, but it might be like 6,000 years still. But anyway, regardless, you know, ancient. But yes.
It's a few thousand years between friends.
I'd have to check the timeline again. I haven't checked the timeline in a while because I haven't needed to. Mads, you have anything to shout out?
I don't know if that might picked it up. Tuesday, right? Tuesdays.
Yes, Tuesdays. You have the correct day.
Joe and Tantus and I are all on Unfunny One's channel. We play Star Trek, and, well, we're actually doing okay for once. Things aren't on fire yet. I haven't tried to punch anything yet, but that's beside the point. I don't know. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same time that this game starts, near about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just on Tuesdays.
Fish.
Hi everybody, I'm Fish Harlan, you know me and my whole thing. This week you can find me casting New Jersey into the sea. I'm bringing back old Jersey.
Are you sacrificing New Jersey to get old Jersey back?
Yes.
Alright, good luck on that.
Statewide necromancy.
Momo?
Also, yes, I know Jersey is a place in England and that's why it's called that. But still.
Momo, do you have anything to shout out?
Yeah, I'm here on Wednesdays for Tired Fun Time, but I can't roll above a 5 most of the time. Oh, hey, that's gonna stop soon because I have a 6 in sailing, so I can't roll below a 6.
You can't roll below 7 now. That's you've improved.
I've improved.
Because you gained a level up. There will be more opportunities too, but I don't know if it's going to be next session. Then we have Joe finally.
I'm Joe. You'll find me on Funny One channel on Tuesdays for the Star Trek game, and here Thursday's game.
Yep. So yeah, that's the bunch of the games. The next thing on the schedule, of course, is Discussing Tabletop, Saturday, 2 p.m., where me and a couple of folks will talk about tabletop news of the week and some interesting deep dives into tabletop-related topics. Then, as has been mentioned, on the Unfunny Ones channel, at 9 p.m. on Tuesday will be Star Trek. Both Mads, myself, and Joe are on that show. It's a really fun one. I'd say check it out. For my own shows, of course, there's this one. Thursdays, 9 p.m., so come back with us next week, EST, and join us for more crazy adventures as they deal with gorillas. And, of course, Buccaneers of the Shackled Sea, Wednesdays at 8 p.m., which is going to be another fun one also. And as I've been announcing, I have a new show in work in progress. It'll be coming out relatively soon in the next couple of weeks. Certainly for October, the first set of sections for it is an anthology series, which I'm calling, right now, Midnight Mega Monster Movie Tabletop Drive-In, where I take 50s and 60s kind of horror sci-fi movies and recreate them in 5th edition with reskinned characters as the quintessential roles in those type of movies. And it will be fun. Bad giant monsters and stuff. Yes, and Lightning is correct. Tomorrow should be 7 Days to Die with friends in the evening. And I probably in the afternoon, gonna be honest, play some Valheim. I've been trying to do some grinding off stream, but for the adventures, I've been doing it on stream. So expect more of that. You know, I'm trying to switch away and get a lot, again, the grind off stream, you know. Because, I mean, there is some of it. It's not too bad, but yeah. Anyway, thank you all for joining us on this insanity. I hope you enjoyed it. Party on, Party Squirrel, as we rave ourselves into oblivion for this day.